Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Last of Eden's Vices, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 show by Goblets and Gays. In just a moment, I will introduce our kindred, but first, a quick word about safety. Vampire the Masquerade is a game of personal horror. As such, we might touch on sensitive topics. The cast and I have completed a session 0. I have their lines and veils. In chat, you will see a list of content warnings for this episode. For our podcast and YouTube listeners, those can be found in the episode descriptions. Now, let us move on to our kindred. They will go around and introduce themselves, telling you who they are and who they're playing. Aki, why don't you start us off?
Hello, I'm Aki. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Faline, our Banu Hakim, who also goes by she, her pronouns, and we are deeply well.
Hi, y'all. I am Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Nora Lilmore, who uses she, they pronouns. And Nora is a caitiff, so no clan.
Hello, I'm Dusty. I use they, he pronouns, and I'm playing Lupe Cruz, who is our bruja, uses she, her pronouns, and is deeply unwell.
Hello. I don't know why I decided to. My brain was like, I'm gonna do a bit, and then Hi everyone. My name is Nala J. My pronouns are they, them, and tonight I'm playing Eirlin Shu, who uses zim's pronouns, and I am Malkavian, and I am normal. I promise.
Hello, I'm Liv. I use she, they pronouns, and I will be playing our Torador of the group, Sylvie, who uses she, her pronouns.
Okay. And last session, we finished up with Elysium, with the group presenting the body of Millie to the prince. And then, unfortunately, there was a bit of a tiny bit of a Sabbat attack on Elysium, which is not good. Yeah, no, we're gonna see what happens with that going forward. And usually this is the point where I would ask everyone to roll me a rouse check, but we're gonna do that in just a second. Eirlin, can you roll me resolve
Me?
plus aspects? Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's not my character voice. What? Resolve and aspects.
Yes.
Okay. I'm at 2 hunger. Let me get my dice. Let me get my little tray. You are cocked. That was a fail. Okay, so that's 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, you awaken in your room with the purples and oranges of a sunset on the wall. But at the same time, you are not afraid of the sun in this moment. There seems to be... Do you have a bell on your door?
Yeah.
You hear the sound of the bell downstairs.
Eirlin is someone who lucid dreams quite often. And so Eirlin is going to go through their normal routine, I think, of trying to figure out if Z is dreaming or if this is real life. And I think some of the things that Z does is he'll try to read text anywhere around him. Because oftentimes when Z lucid dreams, text is just jumbled, like nothing is readable. Z often checks the time to see if there's consistencies. And Z also looks for their phone because their phone is almost always gone when Z lucid dreams.
Yeah, definitely the text that you see is all jumbled in a way. This feels like a somewhere between a dream and a memory.
Interesting. Eirlin, I think, swings their legs over the side of the bed, and upon hearing the bell, like almost like sits up more straight and will call downstairs for Jamie, just to see if Jamie's around.
You don't hear a reply.
Cool. So we see Eirlin in their like boxers and like a oversized nightshirt. I pull on a like a robe, I think, that is hanging on the back of my bedroom door, and I'm going to go downstairs. Oh, and I have house shoes. So I have my house shoes on and I go downstairs.
Yeah, and as you head downstairs, you see sort of in your shop area, there's a woman. She's average height, 5'6", 5'7", wearing, a pair of boots, jeans, leather jacket, kind of his shoulder length, messy brown hair. Was kind of just like looking around.
Do I recognize her?
You do, but you don't know why.
Interesting. Eirlin will launch into their normal stuff and we'll just say like good afternoon. And like there's a pause before Z says afternoon because it's like it's been some time since I've been awake. Eirlin says, good afternoon. Welcome to the Midnight Star. Can I help you?
And she turns around and sort of gives you a bit of a rueful smile and says, yeah, I was wondering if you had time for a reading.
Yeah, I have all the time in the world. Have a seat. And I will sit down at my desk, where I think their desk has like a beautiful like hand-woven cloth to cover this like wooden table, and there's like some candles and other random stuff to decorate it. And behind me is a large bookshelf displaying like lots of different tarot decks.
Mm-hmm.
And Eirlin says, well, do you know what kind of reading you are seeking today?
Just a simple 3-card pull.
Of course. And Eirlin is going to sit there and will hold out their hands for this person's hands.
And they'll place their hands on yours, and you will notice that their skin is cold.
Amazing. I would like to do like a wee bit of an aura reading. What Eirlin's doing is trying to get like base level vibes. And based on those vibes, Eirlin picks a deck or picks options of decks then for the client to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
What are the vibes that I get off of her?
You get deep down, this person is afraid. They're scared, they're running from something.
Mm-hmm. So Eirlin pulls, I think, after holding the hands for a bit, Eirlin's kind of like humming to himself too. I don't know what he's humming, some random song. It seems completely unrelated. And then we'll let go of her hands and just places her hands on the table. And he says, one moment, and turns around and pulls like 3 different decks from the shelf. Me, the player, I'm gonna go grab some decks. I'll be right back. And Eirlin will just like take the decks and will fan out sort of the different options in front of this client. And I have a couple. So is there one of these that appeals to her? I have 2 hands, but I have more decks.
Yep, I was just suddenly trying to remember. It's like, okay, you're facing this way, so it'll be she's gonna point at the one in your right hand.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. And Eirlin will start shuffling this deck, and while Z does so, instructs her to reach down into the box that is by her feet. In it is like a bunch of clay. And Eirlin also produces like a plastic, almost like a placemat, and places it on top of their desk to protect like the fabric and stuff. And will tell my client to take out some clay and just start playing with it as I mix the cards around, which I will do so as well. And Eirlin just watches what she's doing with the clay.
Yeah, you watch as this woman, she starts shaping the clay into... It almost looks like a vase for like a moment. You know, it's kind of got that sort of shape to it. Seems very skilled with her hands. And
as she's doing that, 3 cards literally jump out, because they did. They like shot themselves out of the deck. And so I think Eirlin chuckles and just says, wow, cards are feeling eager today. And one by one we'll start to reveal them. Wow. I pulled the Fool upright. I pulled the High Priestess reversed. And I pulled the Emperor not reversed. And I can show these cards to my camera. One moment, please. Here we go. So this is... actually, let me do it so that you can see it. Yeah, there we go. So this is the Fool. And this one is High Priestess reversed. And this one, why did I turn that over? Is the Emperor. It's an owl. Ooh.
Was the Emperor reversed as well?
No, it was
okay.
upright.
Yeah. There's a small chuckle from this woman that says, "Oh, the cards never lie, do they?"
No. And Eirlin watches very intently as to how her hand shaping this clay shifts as these cards are revealed.
There's a...
do I notice anything?
Yeah, you notice there's a slight, especially when you pull the Emperor, there's a slight sort of shake in her hands.
And Eirlin notices this and glances down at the card and then back up at her, and he says, "How did this make you feel?" And my hand gently touches her hands and then slides down to brush over the Emperor card.
It makes me think about how there's something I don't really want to do, but I have to.
Eirlin sighs sympathetically and just kind of laughs to himself and says, that was pretty much my whole life, honestly. So I get how you feel. I think you can find strength in fear, though. And perhaps in fulfilling your duty, you can maneuver around and find a new out, perhaps. I think the fool warns you of this. To remain vigilant. So as to not walk into situations that would otherwise leave you, well, not so well off.
Yeah, my luck has been running out for a real long time.
Is there anything else I can do to help you?
Just, I am so sorry for what I'm about to do.
Why is that?
And she reaches forward and grabs your head.
Cool. What happens after that?
He sinks her fangs into your neck.
Ow. Am I
And
still
you-
dreaming or do I wake up?
You are still dreaming. You suddenly realize this is your embrace. And you feel yourself die again. And as your body slumps to the ground, you hear the sound of something kicking down your door. And you feel the vitae slip down your throat as you know you are being given this second life. And you hear a voice in your ear that just says, "My name is Cassandra." And then you hear, as you're fading, the sounds of a scuffle. It doesn't sound like it goes well for her. There's the sound of a thump. And you hear a voice say, "Bagged and tagged. Project Apollo is a go." And that's when you wake up.
Huh?
And now I need rouse checks from everybody.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Success for Nora.
Success for Faline.
Fail. Oh, it automatically added hunger. That's nice.
Oof,
Yeah.
that is so bad for you. I'm so sorry. That's a success for Sylvie.
It's not going to be a problem for very
Tee-hee.
long. It's okay.
Eirlin fails.
Yeah, it's a hard night's sleep.
Yeah,
I'm so hungry.
you are.
Hi, my name's Eirlin. I'm hungry. We can go ahead and do this reading. I am hungry.
The cards say I'm hungry. The cards say, can I bite you? The cards say, ah.
Oh, this is wow. Okay, 3 of Hearts in reverse. That means that I am hungry.
So, yes. We will shift from Eirlin for now. And we'll go over to Lupe. You took a little bit of damage from stuff at Elysium, didn't you?
Just a wee tad bit, yeah.
What hunger are you sitting at this point?
Hunger 2. But I have 5 superficial damage and 5 superficial willpower marks. 5 willpower
so
marks.
at the beginning of each session, you heal based on you heal superficial willpower based on your composure or resolve, whichever is higher.
Oh, that means
Mhm.
that's so good.
Yep.
Great. I take off 4 willpower then.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll have that again. But for health, would you like to try and heal any of that superficial? Remember, it is 1 rouse for 1 superficial.
Yeah. Let's play dangerous games. I'm gonna try to heal 3.
3? Yeah, give me 3 rouse checks.
First one.
Success.
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 Success. Oh,
That is a
failure.
You're up to hunger 3. I imagine you are starting to feel it.
Yeah. Do I still heal regardless, correct?
You still heal regardless.
Okay. Yeah, I think upon like leaving the event, getting home, however, on the way, Lupe would have messaged Antonio. Just a quick message. Just I how would I think she would actually be very blunt with Antonio. Bring a newer recruit to the feeding room, please.
And you'll get an affirmative.
And so by the time that she has got there, she would check in with Antonio first just to make sure they're already there and confirm. Do you what's the name for this one?
The person that's in the room?
The person that's in the room, yeah.
Yeah. We'll call them Anton.
Anton, great. And the feeding room is in the basement. And Lupe
Checks out.
Lupe would head down that way. It's a room in itself. Antonio would have put that person into a chair, under a single light in the room. Very like, maybe this was an interrogation room at one point. Who could say?
You get that feeling, yeah.
Yeah. They're not put chained down or anything or handcuffed. They're just sitting in the chair. And Lupe would walk in and close the door behind them. And just start talking to Anton. Just, you're Anton, right?
Yeah, that's me.
And they're gonna. You hear footsteps as Lupe would walk towards the room, not walking into the light at all, still like kind of like clinging to the shadows of this room. And Lupe would say to them, I hope you have been comfortable with what we've been able to provide you so far.
Yeah. It's a really great. It's a step up from what I had before. That's all I can ask for.
Good. That's what we aim to do here. We provide you shelter, give you a warm meal, hot showers, a place to be comfortable. No one to bother you. May even call it a family. But Anton, I think there's one thing I have yet to give you. And Lupe has kind of like stopped walking and you don't hear the footsteps in the room.
Yeah, this just sounds like looking around a little bit, just like starting to feel a little nervous because this is not the room you put someone in if you want them to feel comforted. And just goes, what's that?
And in the most dramatic way possible, Lupe would step into the light being visible, fangs bared, and just say to them, I have yet to give you purpose.
And I'm gonna roll a couple of dice just to see how bad this person freaks out. Don't got a great. I'm gonna use just a pretty basic pool for a normal person, and we'll see what it goes. They are freaking out a little bit that they only got one success. They're kind of like push themselves against the chair and just say, you hear them say, "Oh, Dad, what is that?
We have brought you in because you were a place I was in years ago. On the street, clinging to life. No one to call your family, no one to call your friend. And we've given you that. But the purpose that you're missing is the power to make them pay for that.
Yeah. What kind of the power?
This is something that I need everyone here's help with. As you can tell, we all work very well together. I know you're new, Anton. But we work towards this cause to make everyone above us pay for the damage they've done to us, to this family, everyone in La Lechuza. What I need to know now is, are you willing to give it everything to help serve this? To make sure that the only people on top are us? Are you going to throw it away?
So, I'm going to need you to make a hunting roll at this point. For the Osiris, it is either manipulation, subterfuge, or intimidation plus fame.
Intimidation. I'll do manipulate. It's manipulation what?
Subterfuge.
Subterfuge.
And hey, not for nothing, you can rouse and get yourself 2 extra dice.
I'll do manipulation subterfuge and I'll rouse. Why not? What's going to happen? I get hungrier? So I give myself a rouse. Oh, I got hungrier, guys.
You're up to hunger 4. You're feeling very hungry.
Mm-hmm. So
you're gonna add 2 dice to that roll.
Subterfuge, manipulation, modifier 2. 3 successes.
3 successes is enough. And he holds out his hands, it's shaking. It's just like, yeah, it's whatever you need. Just take it.
And Lupe's arm, Lupe's hand grabs the arm immediately, quickly, and looks at him and just says, "Welcome to the family."
You feed. And because you are at hunger 4, I'm going to need a willpower check so that you don't train this person completely. It is a difficulty of 3.
Do I just click willpower?
Yeah, you can just click that willpower above and it should roll it for you.
Great. I got
You
crits.
got 5 successes.
Sure
How much blood do you want to take? 3 is the maximum that you can take safely. But still, after like 3, they're going to need quite a bit of a recovery time, because think of each, being about a pint of blood each.
Honestly, it would be 3 because they're gonna need some rest after this.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot of rest.
Yeah.
And as you bite, it sort of settles in, and you've heard about the kiss and how it feels, that bliss of it. People can definitely get used to that feeling.
Yeah, Lupe would take what they need. I imagine they're probably a little loopy after this. Then she would exit the room. Antonia would be right outside, and she would tell him, like, wiping blood from her lips. Get into the room, make sure they have a lot of food, get them a mask. And we have a meeting to have later.
Yep, got a boss. And they will attend to that. And you did get some information from a certain Ravnos about some shipments coming in soon. Tonight's not the night. That did say end of the week. But you can at least maybe figure out where and when and the ship name. They didn't have any of that stuff.
Yeah. Would Lupe like have any idea, like someone off the top of their head they could reach, or do you think it would just be better to just go to that shipyard, kind of like?
I mean, this is a question. I mean, you've got a gang.
You're so right.
You could say that one of your gang members occasionally moonlights as a dock worker, and it would make sense.
Yeah, no, you're so right. I think Lupe would try to find that person and ask them to get all like basically the ship log schedule for what's coming in when, and try to match it to the what. Because I imagine there needs to be logs for what's shipping what from what company, and if it's not like, I don't know, Nabisco, then it's probably guns or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like something that is on a regular basis and probably happens kind of like clockwork. So you just kind of got to follow those patterns. And to do all of this, give me a... Let's do a wits streetwise roll.
And I get to use my specialty for that. So what gives... Because I'm a gang
leader. Yeah, you get that specialty for that.
What does the specialty give me again? Bonus dice?
It gives you 1 extra dice.
Excellent. So that's gonna give me great. 4 successes and a possible bestial failure.
I mean, 4 successes is more than enough. You do not need to worry about bestial failure. There is you notice in going through these books that there's a ship called the Gladstone that comes in twice a month, and has a sort of, they mysteriously don't list what their cargo is. And it seems like somebody's palms are getting greased to sort of leave a form blank. And they are scheduled to come in 4 days. Usually, the log kind of has them coming anywhere between 6 and 9, depending on how the tides are.
Great. Then what Lupe would do would, to the person that like lamplights, I forget the term we just used, my brain is gone. Moonlights, daylights, starbrights, as that worker to take maybe like a half dozen people, maybe like a dozen at the night to scout out basically like ambushes, like where people could hide, where people could get purchase, and to get extra uniforms so we could have people stand in as shipyard workers. So this would be a very easy thing to ambush.
Yeah. Well, you can get started on that. And while you're looking over these papers, Antonio comes in and says, got a fancy looking letter for you.
Fancy letters. Okay. What is it?
hands over. It is on very, very nice paper with a wax seal and everything. And you see the wax seal is the it's the crossed symbols of sword and scepter. You have been around long enough to know that's the symbol of Clan Ventru.
Right.
And if you open it, it is a declaration from the prince that in the event of the compromised Elysium last night and Shreknet being down, she is instituting a temporary ban on all technology, just until the matter is settled, because worried a little bit too much about leaks in the domain.
Lupe would look at this and show it to Antonio, and well, good thing this is not official business, so we'll use our normal phones for the next week.
I mean, yeah, noted. So your gang goes off to prep to raid a cargo freighter, and this is where we'll jump to Faline. You wake up in Alessia's apartment again.
Yep. I sure do. Would have burnt that body though, last night for sure. That would have been one of the first things she would have done, and then come to check on it to make sure that it is gone. But I'd like to keep the remains.
The ashes?
I'd like to keep the ashes. Yeah, if there's a bit of bone, I'd like to keep it too.
Yeah, there's probably, the normal bits of bone that it is an incinerator. It is not it doesn't do cremation.
Exactly.
So there'll be like some bone and stuff left for sure.
Exactly. And I would like to keep that, because one, I don't want to fucking flash this. I think at a certain point it'll get really much, and just I will decide to keep those for spell purposes, but also just so that way no one else has it. I'm gonna keep them in a nice jar, and then I'm gonna keep that jar. Honestly, I'm gonna ask Alicia if she has like a vault or something like that, because I don't feel the most comfortable bringing it home yet.
She has a safe in her office, usually where she keeps cash and some other things, but a couple of mementos of her assassination days.
I'm gonna ask her if it's okay to keep that in there for now until I find a safer place to store this.
Yeah, she will nod and say, I can keep it as long as you need me to.
Thank you. And then, oh no, all my clothes are dirty and now I have to wear yours. Oops. All that kind of stuff.
How tragic.
No.
How tragic, she says with a smile.
Oh gosh. Look at all these dirty clothes. So stuff, gay stuff happens probably. I don't know.
At some point, she does show you the message, because it looks like copies of this have gone out to everyone in the domain, saying that for the next week, technology, use of technology like phones and things like that are banned.
Take a deep breath, sigh, and go, I'm assuming you don't have a messenger pigeon.
Fresh out of those. Just usually rule of thumb for things like this, just don't get caught. Be smart.
I gotta let my dad. Well, no, I gave him a look. I feel like he knows that I would just be with Elysia again tonight. It's more like I gotta meet up with him later at some point. I'll just make sure I go home tomorrow, to meet up with him and let him know what exactly the fuck is up.
Yeah.
Until then, I'll stay low, because if everybody in the domain got these letters, that means so did he.
Yeah, he definitely did. He would have probably decision probably would have made in a Primogen Council meeting. So
Yeah. It's fine. I don't need to let him know. He knows the most likely places where I would be anyways. So yeah, these are fine. These are fine. I'll just make sure to meet up with him later.
And Elysia would look at you and kind of push some hair back and say, "You're more than welcome to stay as long as you would like. I have some things I need to work on tonight, so I may not be incredibly available, but stay as long as you want."
Thank you. I should just be, honestly, one more night, and then I'll get out of your hair.
I'm not going to complain at all.
Do you think I need to pay someone a visit, though?
Well, do you need a ride?
Yes.
It's fine. I have to go run some errands anyways. I have a couple of deliveries to make and a couple of places to pay a visit to.
All right. Thank you.
So, where am I taking you?
The art gallery. I need to pay a visit to probably a very hungry Primogen. Actually, no. He should be a big boy enough to sate himself, so maybe not hungry. Not yet.
Well, if you... Yeah, give me a sec to grab everything I need and I can give you a ride.
I shall wait patiently, because I am not a backseat driver.
Yeah, you watch as Elysia puts a couple of packages that look like clothes, then a couple that are much more rectangular. Maybe delivering some weaponry to somebody tonight as well. And the car, and then gives you a ride over to Gallery Noir. They're kind of both in the same part of town, so it doesn't take all that long.
I'll give her a wink before I leave, and let her know that if I need anything, I will show up at the shop.
Yep. As you give a wink, she'll grab your hand, bring it to her mouth, and kiss your knuckles.
Thank you. Good girl. And I'll leave.
Yeah. And as you enter Gallery Noir, it seems very quiet tonight. There are the couple of people working there, and you don't see Felix out here. More likely than not, Felix is in his office.
I'm gonna go. I don't know, like, if there is, like, I do not remember if there was, like, things like secretary and shit like that. But if I do see one, I will let them know who I'm here to see. Because I don't want to barge in or anything. I have some decorum, some etiquette.
There's like a receptionist at the front desk. You could just let her know, and she'll page Felix.
Yeah.
And as you do, you take the sort of almost hidden door into the back part of the gallery, walk through the same halls. They seem to be just as quiet as they were before. And you eventually turn the corner and see his office door currently ajar. Do you enter?
I will knock because the last time I saw this man in a closet, yeah, I will knock.
You hear the voice say, "Come in."
Then I go in.
Yeah,
I'll close the door as well for politeness.
Yeah, Felix is currently sitting, sort of like leaning on his desk as he's flipping through this very old-looking book. And a little dressed down tonight, doesn't have the tie or anything. He's got, just the sleeves of his button-up shirt sort of rolled up to his elbows.
Sorry for dropping by. I would have preferred scheduling something, but and they just do la-di-da jazz hands.
Yes, it is more than fun. I need a distraction tonight anyways. Last night was
something to remember.
Definitely no one's going to forget that Elysium anytime soon. But maybe not for the best reasons.
Elysium's been so boring recently. This has been... I wouldn't say it was fun, but it was definitely...
more than just a bunch of stuffy people talking about their accomplishments for the last month?
Yeah. It was more of a wake-up call, I think. But, I mean... Now, I don't want to war or anything, but...
I understand what you mean. Sort of closes the book and puts it on the desk next to him and says, "Well, we did make a deal. I have some time tonight. I could teach you to do that ritual that I did last night to figure out about your friend. Friend, loose term. He did kill her, so."
What else can you do? I recognize some things, but I don't think I'm quite there yet.
Well, that one is relatively easy, but what are you looking for? I've seen a little bit of your skill, but I'm not exactly sure what skill level you are at. The one with the plants is one I hadn't seen in a while.
I'm really good at plants.
It was a very refreshing thing to see.
Well, truthfully, I'm just creative. Plants are my specialty, but otherwise it's similar to the ritual, but definitely not at that level. And I can melt shit.
Always a good skill to have. Never know when you need to get through a door or out of a pair of handcuffs.
Otherwise, well, let's just say my clan rather deal with things hands-on, and I'm already good at that.
Well, Felix thinks for a moment. Just mechanically, what level is your blood sorcery? Like 2?
3.
3?
I'm at 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're at level 3 blood sorcery. Okay. Cool. So Felix will think for a second and say, if you have the time tonight, I could teach you how to read someone with blood walk. And then we can move on to something else. The other thing I have in mind requires me getting something, but I can show you how it works.
I do have time.
Yeah. He pulls out his personal phone. You see him send a message and then sort of puts it back on his desk and says, well, if I do this, will you answer a couple of questions I have?
Maybe.
I'd like to know more about the person yesterday. I haven't come across blood like that before.
I can tell you a little bit about her.
It would be appreciated. And put some of my notes into better light.
Mm-hmm.
As he does this, he moves over to his desk and pulls out a book, puts it on the desk, flips open, and sort of pushes it towards you. You realize that he's showing you the directions and the recipe to do the blood walk, which is the level 1 ritual. And out of out of his desk, he also pulls out a small silver chalice and a knife. And you watch as he cuts his hand and puts one Rylus check's worth of blood into the cup. Does not get hungrier. He seems to be well within control of himself. Like he's at hunger 2.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm watching rather closely.
Mhm.
I'm actually very, very interested. I am a hungry student, basically. I have to be.
And he says, take a look at that. I want you to do this ritual on my blood and tell me what you get from it.
What do I have to... I'm assuming I'm doing it so mechanically wise. What do I have to roll? I do not have my books up, nothing. So you're gonna have to tell me.
So for blood walk, it is going to be it's going to be a ritual roll, like the same roll you make for Coax the Garden. And I believe it's intelligence plus blood sorcery.
Do and then
and
then you said plus blood sorcery. That's a good amount of dice. Okay.
And
4 successes.
4 successes, and so you follow the ritual, the words that you must speak, and with the knife sort of swirling the blood before you taste it. And you will learn that Felix is 10th generation. You learn the name Felix Sorel. You learn that Felix's sire's name is Coralie Eauclair. And that Felix has someone blood bonded to him. Which you know that ever since the fall of the pyramid, that shouldn't be possible for a Tremere.
I repeat the information out loud. Not like yelling, rather, I'm assuming we're beside each other, so out loud in terms of for him to hear. And on that last point, go look at him and just be like, what did you do?
There are ways that some of us have found around this. This bond is a little different. It goes both ways. They are bound to me, I am bound to them. And give me just a wits awareness roll.
I'm gonna rouse the blood, I
Yeah.
think. I'll succeed. And that's like just what, 2 more, right?
Yes.
4 successes again.
4 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. He is speaking the truth about, House Tremere finding ways around their sort of lack of being able to blood bond. And there's more than that. He's sort of at a point where he's figuring you out because trust is a two-way street.
And just go, oh, you're actually way more interesting than I thought. All right. I believe you have a couple questions.
So, Millie was both alive and a vampire. Correct?
Correct.
Was what I was sensing. And the implications fascinating.
Absolutely.
It is
kind of fucked up too.
And he pulls a book off the shelf and opens it to a page that he has bookmarked. And he says, there are stories of creatures like this, the Damphir. There's even a rumor that if they do exist and a kindred were to diablerize them, that they may be able to stand in the sun again.
Damn, guess I should have given it a whirl.
It's fascinating. There have been stories of this for the last 20 years, ever since the Week of Nightmares. But nothing concrete. God, what I wouldn't have given just ask her some questions.
Don't worry, she knew nothing.
Definitely
Completely
seemed.
void of anything when it came to
And
this.
it's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if it's. But you did mention something about her floating.
Yeah.
That's also fascinating.
Yes, she tried to float out a window, like float, like fully off the ground.
Like a hot air balloon.
Yeah. Oh gosh, if she were not so young, she probably could have escaped pretty easily. She was quiet. But she was young, so she was sloppy and she left a trail everywhere.
Yeah. I do wonder if her sire even expected that. Because I'm guessing, because of this, her sire was her father.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
claimed that he died. I personally think that that's what she believed. I don't think she was lying about that, but whether he stayed dead, well, Faline just shrugs.
It's... Sorry, I'm going to tell you something. And I've told a few other people before, but so I used to be part of the Las Vegas Chantry. Before, about 5 years ago, the Second Inquisition swept through and wiped out most of the Tremere there. I escaped through a hidden passage and then spent several days or nights wandering through the Las Vegas desert. And during that time, I met this gangrel. They were ancient. And they talked about a world before the Camarilla. At the time, I was just glad to see somebody who wasn't pointing a gun at me. They took me in and kept me hidden until the Second Inquisition had moved on and I could safely get out of town. They talked about a city where kindred and humans could live among each other. Called it Carthage. And part of the reason I came here to Providence is there's supposedly books about Carthage in the Chantry. I haven't been able to get my hands on any of them yet. They're buried deep. And I don't necessarily want the Regent to know what I'm looking for until I have it. And it's not just wild ideas for... I've lived through the Second Inquisition trying to wipe out my clan twice. Wasn't in Prague, but I knew many Tremere who were and who didn't make it out. I believe that the Camarilla needs to change. The Camarilla needs to evolve and grow. Stop being so goddamn paranoid. In the end, we're only going to doom ourselves. There you go. You got something on me.
Goodness. Why would you give me something like that? You know who I am.
I do.
What's your angle? I would try to read you myself, but you're just so giving right now.
Say last night's events put me in a introspective mood.
Firstly, because I'm not exactly always a bitch, I feel for you and your clan's current state. It sucks. Kind of going through something similar myself. Which, we don't know each other like that yet, but I'd love to. So, say we keep these lessons going, because I need all the power I can get. I don't mind giving you some information that I find out. I don't mind looking into things like this. I still have some of her remains. don't mind giving you some. I doubt it's going to be very helpful. I did cremate that body twice. I just rather not have everyone honestly looking at me that way. Not yet, at the very least.
I understand.
And I guess we come to some sort of little agreement.
I think we can come to an agreement. And he nods, and there's a slight twitch of a smirk. We can come to an agreement, yes.
Very nice. And I might as well just make this offer now, so that way your introspective mind can just think about it some more. You don't got a lot of people here, clan-wise, right?
There's a solid 15 of us in the chantry.
Same. My clan is rather small, and with all the work we do, it's not like we have enough time to really seek worthy recruits, which I think you know of. So if you're ever interested in a partnership, in a little merger, let me know. I like to protect what's mine, and I will do it very fiercely. You can be mine too, but, well, that's up to you.
We shall see. And as they're having this conversation, there's a knock on the door. And Felix says, "Come in. This is the ingredients I sent for." He says with a smile as you watch Vanessa enter the room.
I'll give her like a pleasant smile and a nod.
The next ritual that I want to teach you does require 2 kindred's blood. He says as he reaches out a hand to her, and she takes his hand, and you don't even have to roll. She is head over heels for this man.
Is that where the bond is?
You can tell it now. It's the bond goes between both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at her and says, "Been meaning to do this one for a bit. So, come on." And he will pull open another book and flip a page to the Sang de Amor. You watch as Felix pulls out a second ritual glass, and you watch as both of them cut their hands to produce blood. They both succeed on their rouse check. And you watch as Felix goes through this ritual. It is a teaspoon of blood, just very small, into these 2 vials. And Felix does the ritual on them. And you hear Felix sing as part of the ritual. Sings a song of praise to Aphrodite. And then puts the little vial of blood over Vanessa's head and around her neck. Smiles at her, and she does the same to him. And he looks over at you and says, "This ritual will create a connection between yourself and a lover. And you can use it to make sure that they're all right." and how far away. It's not exact. You know, same city.
That's an interesting ritual. Do you know how many you're allowed to have? Is it just that one connection?
As long as the affection must be genuine. As long as the affection is genuine, I think you could have as many as you want. It needs to be romantic love rather than,
That was going to be my next question. Thank you.
So you can spend the experience to learn those two rituals.
Yeah.
And Felix will say, you are more than welcome to come by whenever you want.
Might take you up on that offer. Before I leave, I'm going to look at them both and just be like, remember my offer, because I don't mind protecting what's yours too.
There's a...
Go ahead, you go.
There's a moment where his eyes darken slightly, as if, he has thought about bad things happening to her before, and it may have kept him up more than once. And he nods.
Devotion, obsession. I welcome both. I'm gonna leave. And take the fucking bus? Again. Damn, that's my next real true hurdle. The bus.
You could also take an Uber.
I don't have a phone. I don't know if I have a phone.
Realistically.
Like a normal phone?
You should. I think you stated that you have two phones before. One that's the domain phone and one that's like a regular. I feel like you have.
All right. Well, I feel like I should have, but okay, yeah, whatever. Then I take an Uber. I take a nice freaking Uber. And I'm gonna probably head towards the coterie's den. Just because I might as well check up on everybody before, we dip.
Yeah. And I also want you to add to your sheet a 1-dot merit called Embrace the Vision.
Jesus. What is...
Aki,
not that
don't
vision.
Do it. Don't do it, Aki.
What do you mean don't do it? What is... Okay, well, you need to DM me what this merit and stuff like that does. I'll add it during our break or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I will send it to you. So yeah, you do that. And we are gonna jump to Sylvie.
Hello.
So, Sylvie, you get the requisite message saying that that regular technology use is kind of banned right now. You also get a separate letter thanking you for protecting the prince. And along with that comes a minor boon from Prince Lambert.
Hell yeah. 1 second, I'm gonna put this in my notes because otherwise I will forget. Love that. Okay, but so all social, all regular phone use is down.
It's kind of one of those things where you've heard it from your sire that this has happened a few times before. It's kind of the idea of just be smart about it. You don't say anything on a regular phone that you wouldn't want to be overheard,
Oh.
It's kind of be smart about it. Yeah, it's going to say banned. But, as long as the prince doesn't walk into a room and find you texting on a phone or maybe the sheriff or somebody enforcing those things, you're gonna be okay. And I mean, you kind of need your whole thing does kind of revolve around some certain things. It's been a few days since I think you've streamed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so like if I just take that further down the road, as long as like the prince doesn't join my live, like it's fine.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go. We're gonna do a little live. I gotta see all my followers. Let's see. Oh goodness, where did I put this? Okay. Yeah, so I think. Sorry, I was just double checking something. Okay. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna actually use one of my like features.
Yeah.
So it's niche following. Once per story, I can temporarily increase my resources by 1 dot when I pen an article or do a video hangout for a small audience. So that is what I'm going to do. So we actually get a systematic benefit to my going live, doing a little hangout with my followers.
Yeah. Let's do a charisma performance.
Charisma performance. Okay. All right. Yeah, 1 second. Can I get a bonus die because of my merit? Would we say that this is a social role involving my looks?
Yes, you would get your die from beautiful.
Cool.
You would also, if you want to, well, actually, you don't have the thing that lets it work through technology, but so you can't use awe, but you get your thing from your merit.
Okay, and then I'm so sorry, you just said them, and then I was reading things, so I left. What am I rolling again?
Charisma performance.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. So charisma, and then the modifier is 1, right? Because I get an extra.
Yes,
you'll get
an extra die.
Thank you for walking me through this. Much appreciated. Okay, that is 4 successes.
4 successes? Yeah, I mean, so what kind of Instagram live are you doing? Is this a get ready with me? Is this a story time?
Yeah, I do think it's I think it's a get ready with me sort of like haul thing, because Sylvie is specifically her social media following, I think, comes from one, she's like was you tell me, a fairly like well-known performer in this area, like she's no Misty Copeland, but like in this city, in this town, people knew her, or know her. And so I think it's like one part that of like, oh, people know me for my dancing, but then on the other hand, I do think she's just got that like social media charisma. So I think it's very specifically like, okay, we're gonna unbox all of these like gifts and and free items that I have. We're gonna try them all. We're gonna get ready with me. It's a lot of that. So it's
you have a P.O. box where people send things.
Yeah, it's like a little fashion haul, but for like workout and athletic gear and stuff like that. While I'm also just talking about like, so I've been gone. Has everybody missed me? It's okay, we're here. And I have all these boxes from you all. Y'all miss me so much. And just like really having one of those kind of lives.
Yeah, it goes really well. You successfully are able to up those things with your niche following.
Also, I just realized this probably means she's like changing into outfits, which don't do that. Don't do that. I don't think she's doing it on camera, but don't do that. Moving forward, everybody.
You've got like the little like foldy thing, you do like, we're gonna see how this looks like, walks behind, walks back out.
Exactly. It's a lot of that, but my own paranoia. Y'all don't do try-ons on social media. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll up my resources.
Yep. Resources by a dot, and fame by a dot, I believe.
Resources and what? I think it's
Resources by 1 dot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, it's
cool.
just resources.
Mhm.
You get the 2 dots of influence for having the thing.
Yeah, I do.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna let me edit this, but that's fine. I'll remember it. Cool.
Right. Also, did you want to heal that superficial damage that you have?
Ooh, yes, I do.
All right. Give me 2 rouse checks for that.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Anyway, I failed, so no healing for.
No, you
for
still
Sylvie,
heal.
I guess. Oh,
You
okay.
still
Oh,
heal.
okay.
You just get hungrier. Did you want to
Oh,
do
that's
because
right.
that would take you down to 1 superficial? Did you want to try again or just wait?
Yeah, I'll try one more time.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So that was another failure.
Yep.
And I'm at max hunger. Which
You're
is
at hunger 4. I don't know why you're at max hunger because you're only at 2 before and you just roused twice.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Then yeah, I'm at hunger 4. Great.
Yep. So you're at hunger 4. You're feeling real hungry. So did you want to go hunt?
Yes, absolutely. I think I leave alive. And it's a lot of like, okay, bye. And then as soon as the camera's off, just like all of it drops, the mask drops, just the angriest, bitchiest face you've ever seen on Sylvie.
Yep.
And she like throws her phone across the room and goes to get changed so she can go out.
Yep. Where are you going to go hunt? You have some options. There are a couple of racks in the city where it's just sort of like these are free feeding areas where any kindred can go and feed. You have your domain that you can also go and feed. It's Sunday, so I don't know if there's any parties going on. There probably still is a party going on. It's Halloween weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you could go to the Echo.
I think I'm going to go see my new friends at the Echo. And I think I'm gonna pull out my phone and text the group and just be like, hey, I am in a bad mood. And it's just like the angry emoji. I think Sylvie's definitely a person that uses a lot of emojis. I think it's like the angry emoji and then like the blood drop, because there is a blood drop emoji. So yeah. I am in a bad mood. And then it's those probably bad mood trademark. And then the next message is I'm going out, by which I mean clubbing, by which I mean hunting. I'm going to the Echo. Who's coming?
Nora gets the ping, looks at her phone, and just does not reply. Pretend she didn't see it.
Faline gets the ping, goes, oh my god, I just finished what I was gonna do. Send me the location. I'm actually going to the den right now. And these come in like, oh my gosh, boop. I just finished what I was gonna do. Boop. Just one sentence.
Same,
flies.
same.
Yeah, like that. That's how you get her text.
So everyone's phones are just blowing up.
You all see the typing bubbles as Eirlin begins to form a response, but then I never respond.
I'm gonna text you personally and say, Eirlin, are you coming or not?
And Eirlin texts back, clubbing? ?
I'll see you there.
And Eirlin just sends back a just another ? And then there's like a long pause where it's like typing. And then Eirlin says, clubs aren't really my environment of choice.
Sylvie's gonna send back, but don't you want to hang out with me? And it's like the little pleading face. And then also again, no, because then the next message is also, and then another message, I'm in a bad mood. And it's all caps, but then it's the pleading hand.
There's a quick shot of Eirlin sitting wherever Z's currently sitting, and there's like a heavy, deep sigh because Eirlin does want to hang out with you, but not necessarily at the club.
That is so real and so valid. Eirlin does not have to come. I'm just saying this is very much Sylvie's MO.
Oh, absolutely. Eirlin, I think Eirlin says, "What do I wear?"
God. And Sylvie's gonna text back, "Something hot." Next text, "You're already really cute, so that'll be easy." Pink heart.
Eirlin kind of like literally stares off into like the direction of Zir wardrobe. And Eirlin just kind of like in Zir brain is thinking, I don't know if any of the clothes that I own could be hot by clubbing standards. Because I think in Eirlin's mind, there's like the visuals of like what people wear to clubs in the year of our Lord 2020. Like what people are wearing to clubs nowadays is like not at all what Eirlin wears. And I think Eirlin just sends a selfie of what Z is currently wearing, which is a embroidered vest and a t-shirt that says "Art can't hurt you," and Zir hat that Z wears every day.
Sylvie texts back, "Switch the vest for a harness and you're good."
Inside Eirlin's mind, Z's wondering, how does Sylvie know I have one of those?
Because Sylvie has faith in you.
Eirlin sends a thumbs up message, and then we'll repeat, where are we going?
And I am going to specifically say, this is such a fucking silly joke, the echo, and I use the like iPhone, the iPhone effect to do an actual echo, so it's just a bombarding visual of a text message.
And I think there's just a shot of Eirlin just like sighing and looking towards the mirror in their room and just shrugging off this vest. Cut to black.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We will we'll figure out how your hunting goes a little later. We'll check in. We're gonna go take a 10-minute break, and then we'll figure out what Nora's up to, and then we'll figure out how your hunting goes. So yeah, if everybody wants to take 10 minutes to just get up, get water, all of that stuff, get yourself a snack. We'll be back to figure out how this episode ends in just a little bit. So we'll see you then. In the heart of New England, nestled in the frigid waters of the Atlantic, there lies a city shrouded in haunting beauty. A city of darkened alleyways, ancient spires, and whispers carried upon chill winds. Providence, Rhode Island presents itself as a labyrinth of secrets, where the past refuses to release its grasp on the present. The weather of the city perpetuates its gloomy allure, shrouding the city in a blanket of mist and fog to hide the monstrous nature of those who walk the streets at night. The near constant rain acts as the city's tears, as if it's mourning something no one will understand. Tonight is one of those nights. Somewhere in the city our kindred wake, in their own havens, or maybe one of a close friend or confidant. Though there is one thing that never changes, the beast, its desire to feed, to sate itself on blood.
You ready? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Eirlin Shu. My pronouns are Z's and Zers, and I am a cartomancer and potter based out of Providence, Rhode Island. It kind of took me a while to find my thing. I tried dance, theater, Girl Scouts, ice skating, so a random curling lesson, you know that sport where you like have the thing and then you're going like won a bunch of spelling bees. I had to do piano and violin, but I was not good, not like Aaliyah, my younger sister. Eventually I landed on art. College was never a question of if, it was which Ivy. Long story short, I made a deal with them for the Brown RISD dual degree program. I'm like carrying their hopes and dreams on my shoulders. You could say I cracked, but I would say I crumbled. Like a cookie. Oh, Mama won't talk to me. I stopped talking to Aaliyah because, you know, she deserves better. I miss her. Anyways, if being the family fuck-up wasn't enough, something very funny / negative happened. No, we don't do that. But yeah, so now I'm caught up in this whole supernatural world, the politics and secrets, and apparently I'm real important to these people, some fucking prophecy or whatever, which is annoying because the whole reason I dropped out of school in the first place was to get away from this whole gifted kid chosen 1 year special bullshit. And I feel like my not sire is hiding things from me. I miss food and feeling the sun on my face. At least I have a cat now. His name is Cheese, and I love him. He's orange. So yeah. Sorry, I was talking for a while. What was the question?
I'm sorry I haven't visited in a while. Time escapes me a lot more now. I thought I'd at least update you, but the situation is practically the same. I've exhausted my resources with blood sorcery. I've mastered what I could, but it's just not enough. I might have a lead on where else to look, though. Or at least something to distract me for now. I've been assigned a coterie. They're an interesting bunch, but I don't think you'd like them. Though, I guess you'd be happy that I made some new friends, maybe? I should get going now. I promise I'll come back and dust this place properly. I really miss you.
You ever experience pain? From sadness, loneliness, heartbreak, betrayal? Have you ever been left to die in a ditch? The anger that remains is enough to keep you clinging to life, half your soul in the underworld. Your body, unable to process all the hurt you've endured, begins to shut down, and yet you hold on still, for you have been wronged. I was given a chance to change all that, to make sure my pain will be paid back 1,000-fold. I haven't made sure to keep on that promise, and I can help you do exactly the same. You've already paid my price. Don your mask and join your kin. Welcome to the family.
My dearest Irene, it's been 70 years, 10 months, and 4 days since you were taken from me. It's been 70 years, 10 months, and 2 days since I devoted myself to avenging you. I've crossed the country looking for him, that man who murdered you. I've tested myself on his ilk, taken their powers for my own. The trail stops here, in Providence. I'm close, my love. Soon, Daniel Bloom will be dead, and then I, too, can rest.
Get ready to stalk the night with me. I start by getting up, you know, the deal, rouse the blood, no biggie. Then I get dressed. Love a good pink fit, so I think let's do that tonight. Do you all see this ominously glowing red pendant? So cute, right? Anyway, time to style my eternally perfect hair, and here's a pro tip for everyone. Before you accept the embrace, go get your hair done, okay? Trust me, it's gonna pay off in the long run. Smarter, not harder. So we're looking good now, which is really important. A kindred's always gotta look good. You have no idea who you might run into out there. After getting ready, I go and blow up my coterie's group chat. Then I head out to our den. After we finish up with work tonight, I might go hunting, might not. We'll see where the night takes me, but stay tuned for the update.
We could have probably used him, but as like some sort of like bait.
Why?
Well, if they're looking for an average guy, all we need is bait. And obviously, I'm not saying we're gonna get him killed.
That's
go
not a
for it.
bad idea, but let's shelve that. That can be like plan C.
I was hoping we would use like one of us, but none of us are average looking.
As soon as Veronica leaves, Eirlin looks at Faline and says, "You don't reckon they ban you from dressing up as a vampire, do you?"
Oh no. I mean, I've seen some people who just never got over their interview with a vampire phase. But I will say, don't come in Twilight garb.
Librarian on the lam. I keep stories. I make sure stories are preserved. The history of our people. If that makes sense, you know. I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit.
I do understand how libraries work. Yes.
Yeah, but like, I'm kind of the librarian of the group.
Of the what?
What? I just keep a lot of it in here. Is what I'm saying.
Oh.
I keep a lot of it.
Oh, I see.
And
you remember
others. I do. I remember.
This room appears to be someone is working on a massive portrait, and it appears to be. You've met the person this portrait is of before. It is of the prince of the domain.
Okay, fear.
Yeah, Magdalena Lambert. Yeah, you recognize her instantly.
Is it a good?
Welcome back from break. As we continue to figure out what tonight looks like for our kindred, we'll move on over to Nora. You wake up with a text message from Sam.
Oh, what's he say?
He says, just message me back when you wake up. The group and I, we heard something went down in the city last night. There was a lot going on. I just want to know you're okay.
Yeah, I think Nora will text back and like, oh, that's so sweet. I'm fine. Would you like to come by the house?
And you'll get I can be there in a few minutes.
Nearby, huh? I think that she has started stocking a little more like human food that is less non-perishable than the like microwave popcorn or whatever that used to be there since we have eating guests. And yeah, she'll start a cup of tea for him also in the same way that she did last time. So with a little bit of blood in there.
Yeah. Give me that rouse check.
That is a success.
Yeah. You do not get hungrier. And it's like 10 minutes or so before you hear that knock on the door.
Yeah, she'll go let him in. I think that this is a Nora who is significantly less put together than we normally see her, rather than sort of a sharp jumpsuit. She's wearing just sort of a like soft sweater and her hair is down. They are very much going for like soft and approachable today because they're not planning on leaving the house.
That's very fair. Yeah, it looks like Sam has like this very sort of short curly hair, and it very much like it's a little bit more frizzled today. It looks like he's probably been running his hands through it a lot. And I'm kind of in the same like weird sort of halfway between hipster, halfway between lumberjack look he's got going on. He's like, yes, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, here, come in. And she will sort of usher him towards the kitchen where there's like a couple snacks out and like some tea. And I think she's made herself a cup as well, like just sort of to hold to keep her hands warm, but passes him the other one with her blood in it and says, "How did you hear about what happened? I mean, it was a lot, I guess, but..."
Yeah, we sometimes literally keep our ears to the ground. Especially if, and we encountered, I guess, some of the stragglers of whatever that was. That's, we've been seeing things like that in the parks more and more lately, and knowing that they're in the city is horrifying. We still haven't been able to figure out where they're coming from.
In the parks, too, that's not good. I didn't realize they were so widespread out here.
Yeah, somebody's, there's a, I always, whenever I see those things, there's a panel from a comic book I always think of, and it's just like, someone is making these things, and it's like, you could probably be doing so much more productive things with an ability like that, and making human hounds. Oh, just shudders.
Nora like nods politely. I, Alyssa, know the panel and I'm laughing, but Nora just sort of nods politely. How much do you know about vampire politics? I mean, I don't know much about sort of werewolf packs and groups.
Oh, I mean, I know about as much as like the rest of us know. Like, I know that there's like different brands of vampire. And I know that, you've got a couple of different like hierarchies. Like, we occasionally run into problems or rub elbows with the anarchs, they call themselves, outside of town. Usually they don't cause problems, but sometimes there's a bit of a dust up between one of the other packs and the anarchs. Usually when somebody gets too close to someone's territory. I know that our pack leader kind of has a bit of an agreement with this gangrel named Lauren. That, we kind of have our areas of the park, and she has her area of the park, and neither the two shall meet.
I'm glad to hear that you have some sort of agreement with someone. Is Lauren a Camarilla name I recognize?
No, you don't recognize.
Okay. Because I did hear last night that there are folks in my sort of broader circle, I guess, who are looking for werewolves in the city. And I think Nora sort of brings her cup up to her mouth, to sort of, as if drinking, to sort of goad him into mimicking.
Oh, he's been like sipping.
He's
been sipping the tea. And he's like, yeah, there's a group of you. Like, I don't think they would notice if like I slip into town or Rory slips into town. Like, as long as we're not traveling as a pack, we're generally all right. And especially as long as we don't shift or anything, stay in our.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm not, the politics of it are different from town to town, so.
I have to look. I've only been doing this for a couple of years. Yeah. The change just kind of happens to like people. Like, I always thought it was like the stories of, be bitten by a werewolf, become a werewolf. It's just like, it just happened one night. And then I met the rest of my pack, and, we were all kind of new at it. We all just been kind of figuring it out together these past couple of years.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're relatively safe and that you have people to connect with for it. It's hard doing this stuff alone.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't. A lot of vampires seem to be kind of solitary creatures. I mean, you've got some of these little groups you travel with, but it's after spending a lot of time with a pack, it's always feels weird. Like when I actually like spend a night alone in my apartment and not at the pack house, it feels so weird. I'm used to like having to step over 4 people in the morning to go on my run.
Yeah, I think Nora sort of looks around the like very empty frat and says, "Yeah, I'm all alone in this giant house, and it can be disconcerting sometimes. And I'm used to traveling alone for the last little bit."
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's, I don't know if it's just, I never considered myself like, I like to hang out with a lot of people, but it's like, it's especially since the change, it's been like, I guess it's a pack mentality, which feels so weird to say.
Well, I think everyone sort of benefits by knowing who their people are and keeping them safe. So,
Yeah, I mean, you need anything? I mean, as long as I can do a lot of things. Like I can work, I can move during the day when I know you can't. So if you need anything, always feel free to let me know. I owe you a lot. Puts down the cup and it's empty.
yeah, it might be dangerous. I don't know that I want to ask you to go alone, but maybe if you'd come with me?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything going on tonight. Like most of us are just like working because, we still kind of have to have jobs. Feels so weird being a werewolf with a job, but
Yeah. Yeah. I got this address for a rundown mansion outside of town, and I think that there's someone there who, and she sort of intentionally, like, looks down and I think brings a hand up to her neck. Not that she was bitten in the neck necessarily to be turned, but that is the cultural signifier. And I guess I just want to know if they're really there, if anyone's actually there. Would you be willing to come out with me and check it out? Not go in.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a real low DC, but give me a manipulation subterfuge. You're kind of like exerting your will on him a little bit, so it's like it's not going to be incredibly hard. But sort of see if you could just push him that last little bit.
Yeah, can I rouse for that?
Yeah.
That is not my best stat. Okay, I get hungrier, but manipulation modifier 2. Hey, 6 successes, messy critical.
Oh, messy critical. Let's see. You're gonna find yourself under a compulsion, and I'm gonna figure out what that is. So, what hunger do you find yourself at?
I am just at hunger 2.
Yeah, you are at hunger 2, but you are also now under the hunger compulsion. You will do anything to slake that little bit of hunger, and if you perform any action not immediately conductive to feeding, there's a 2 dice penalty to it. As long as you slake at least one hunger, you're fine. But yeah, it's a messy critical, and he if he had a tail, it would just be wagging. He immediately jumps forward, trying to be as helpful as possible. He's like, "Yeah, no, I mean, if we need to, I've got my truck outside. We can go. Whatever you need."
And I think that Nora sort of looks at him and considers, like really considers. And I mean, we've all heard about the power of werewolf blood, but I think that there is a like, okay, I've already pushed this enough for tonight. And so with difficulty, she does not ask or just bite without asking. And instead says, yeah, that would be great. I don't have a car here, so.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got the address, we can go right now.
Yeah, and she'll pull out the little slip of paper she got from Felix and pass it over.
Yeah. So yeah, the mansion is not incredibly far out of town. It is. When you approach it, give me a wits awareness with that the -2 dice.
Two successes. I will reroll, yeah.
Yeah, you willpower reroll.
Successes.
3 successes. That's enough for you to get a feeling for this. There is the appearance of this mansion has been cultivated in a very specific way. It is meant to look run down. But the more you look at it, you can tell there isn't structural damage anywhere. That somebody who's been at least keeping up the interior and enough of the exterior where it's like part of it's overgrown with ivy. Like a lot of the windows are boarded up. But the house itself is still structurally sound. And as Sam gets out, he looks around, and I'm gonna have him make a roll too. Oh, his wits awareness is not great.
My beautiful boy, my beautiful himbo.
He's got willpower. He gets a single success.
Baby.
He sort of sniffs around and he's like, I can tell that somebody's been through recently. They smell human. Or, well, a little bit more than human. Probably, just what happens when you feed humans your blood thing.
I think Nora has a minor sense of panic of like, oh shit, does that mean the rest of his pack will be able to tell? But it does not show that. But you can't tell, you don't sense anyone like an actual vampire.
I can take a run around and see if I get anything. And like he gets out and he like goes over to the back of his the back of the truck and starts like unbuttoning his flannel, and it's just like I'm gonna take off the clothes because or else they're gonna rip when I change. So
Oh wait. And I think like Nora will circle back and put a hand on his arm. They might be out, and because it's night and I don't want to risk you running into anyone, would you be willing to maybe take a look tomorrow or sometime during the day when it's more likely they're here?
Yeah, I can take a run by during the day. you know.
I'd feel safer about that.
Yeah. It's got like it's like halfway unbuttoned, and he just like just starts unbuttoning it back up again. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's probably the smarter idea.
Thank you, though, for coming out with me. It definitely looks like it's sort of meant to look run down, which makes it a likely hiding place, I guess.
Yeah, somebody got a little too into, I don't know, one of the horror movies. It's got real big Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes.
Yeah, you'd think that they would realize that would scare people off, but some just have to go fully for the aesthetic, I guess.
I guess, yeah. I mean, what do you know about this person?
They are, well, it won't mean much to you, but they're La Sombra, which means sort of shadows and shadow magic.
Yeah, I've encountered that before.
And bad at technology. Technology breaks around them. So, yeah, maybe leave your phone in the car.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And it means they're good at hiding and could attack potentially in a way that you wouldn't be able to sense as well.
There was a woman that my pack had a run-in with. We did not stick around. We ran.
Nora is connecting the dots, keeping a straight face. Yeah, that's a good call with any of them, but probably especially her.
Yeah, give me a composure subterfuge roll again.
And I'm still at the -2, right?
Yes.
Yikes. Will it matter if I willpower reroll? I'll willpower reroll.
Yeah, I mean you're going up against his, which he's already rolling at a negative because he's I'm gonna roll his wits awareness again. You're on good ground because he's got 3 dice.
I got one success.
No, wait, it's wits insight, so it's only 2 dice actually.
My beautiful boy. Please don't do well in this. Okay, we tied?
You tied, and so I'm gonna give it to the kindred, essentially. Yeah, no, he nods and he's not getting it. He's not connecting the dots at all. Yeah, and he's just like, yeah. I mean, I'll come back tomorrow and sniff around. My nose is a lot better when I'm a wolf.
Hey, thank you. This is something that I've been carrying alone, I guess, for years, and it's finally close, and it's nice to know that I have someone on my side, so thank you.
Yeah. I mean, like, you're like looking to deal with this person? Because I mean, I can also help with that.
I am. That's dangerous. I've spent a long time getting ready for this, and I don't know how I feel about asking you to come into it with me. I mean, you've already done a lot, and I don't want to get you into trouble with the kindred, the hunters, anyone.
I mean, I'd much rather know that you weren't going into this alone.
I'll think about it. Thank you. And
Yeah.
I think she sort of adjusts, like,
Mhm.
straightens out his shirt a little bit, and lets her hand sort of linger on his arm.
Yeah, you can tell he's kind of in the middle of this reckoning these feelings he's feeling, because it's suddenly is the bond is in place. He now wants to put your needs over his own, and his mind is kind of reckoning with it. It's losing. He will do that because he hasn't also like fully realized what's going on. And he's not just being like, I should pull away from this, I should not do this, but now he's leaning into it. But he nods, just like, yeah, I mean, you've got my number. Anything you need.
Yeah, and I mean, if you get into trouble, you can call me too. I don't want to just helping you once doesn't mean, that I can't help again.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if I get into any trouble, I will let you know. I've been keeping my head down since that, and just trying to not make stupid decisions.
I mean, that's good to hear with everything. I mean, I don't even know quite what's going on, what brought on that attack last night, but vampire power grabs, don't really care about collateral damage, so I'd hate to see you get hurt for it.
I mean, hey, I heal fast. Yeah, it's I'm really good at taking, like, I can help. It's all I'm saying is, and it's just me staring at his sheet. It's like, yeah, he could really help.
He's a strong boy.
He's a very strong boy. And then if he goes into like Hispo or a Galbro, he gets so much more dice. But yeah, he's like, so like, what have you done in Providence? If you like, there's some cool stuff.
I really haven't. Other than that frat party, I can't say that I've done much. And honestly, that is not my scene. That was just for work. What are your favorite things to do around town?
Oh, I wish it was the summer. I would take you to the water fire, and that's just a really cool thing they do. I like the museums. They're fun. I've never been one much for like bar hopping or anything. Sometimes we do it as a pack. I mean, there's a. It's gonna. Why is? I feel like it's gonna sound cliche if I say, like, really enjoy the parks that are here. Like, I enjoyed them before I was a werewolf. Like, I kind of like them better now. Like, there's nothing like. There's a really good place to stargaze in one of the parks.
He is like a ranger or something, isn't he? Like a park ranger? Or
Yeah,
did I just make that up?
Yeah, he's a park ranger.
And so I think Nora says, you were a ranger before you sort of turned, right? Makes
Yeah,
sense that you like the outdoors.
I still am, it's a good cover as to why I spend so much time at the parks.
I mean, I've been in big cities for a while now. I haven't taken the chance really to go out stargazing. I'd love to try that some night, if you'd be willing to show me.
Yeah, whenever. I can get you back to your place.
Yeah, and I think that this is around the point that she gets the text from Sylvie and just does not respond to it, but will use it as the excuse to like, I think I might need to go meet up with my folks, make sure they're all okay too. After
We'll hop in the car and I'll get you back.
Yeah, thank you again.
Yeah, don't mention it. And I'll take a look tomorrow during the afternoon, and I'll text you if I find anything.
Yeah, and I think that they, drop off at the frat, and Nora sort of squeezes his hand before getting out of the car.
Slow burn, 50,000 words.
I was gonna go with a cheek kiss, but I think he's already flustered enough. So
yeah.
Don't be a coward. Don't be a coward.
No.
That's for next time.
Yeah.
I'll let you know right now. I'm gonna leave this edit the way it's gonna be, where it's like just you, and then all you hear is me yell, "Don't be a coward." That's it. That's all that's happening.
This is a reward for finding out about my enemy, not for just taking me to his house. So
yeah, he's got to earn that. But yeah, as Sam will drive you back to the frat house, we'll move over to Eirlin, who has just woken up from a very strange dream.
I think after waking up from this dream, Eirlin immediately goes for a dream journal that Z has. And I think records as much as he can remember into that, given that this is the second sort of vision that Z's gotten about this mysterious Project Apollo. I think Z's trying to like make a mental list of people that Eirlin might feel comfortable asking about this thing, because there's something about how Z came to be a vampire that seems like someone's not telling me everything. And so I think Eirlin wants to try and investigate this without asking for help, but that might prove difficult. So Eirlin's like, I need to find one person that I trust that I can ask about this. So I think I spend like the first like 30 minutes just kind of ruminating about this, jotting notes in the dream journal. I think Z also records any other dreams that Z had over the night. And then I think Eirlin gets ready, dressing in the aforementioned outfit, and probably goes downstairs. I had rolled a fail on that rouse check a while back, so Eirlin's pretty hungry. Just laughs nervously. Yep. Is Jamie downstairs?
Yeah, I'd say so. Jamie's currently like setting up and everything, and getting ready for whatever they need to get done.
I think Eirlin yawns and just says, "Hey Jamie, do I have any clients today?"
They check the book and they're just like, looks like it's relatively free. Didn't know when you would how busy you'd be. Do you need me to call someone?
No, I'll be fine. And I think Eirlin looks past Jamie to the there's like a bakery across the street from my shop, and I think Eirlin feels like almost like the ghost feeling of hunger pangs. Z thinks about pastries and homemade muffins and specifically the food at this shop. It's a 24-hour bakery and coffee shop with like Indian flair. So like there's like a mixture of like traditional like French pastries, but also like Indian traditional food. Like you can get garlic naan there, like 24-hour garlic naan. I mean, come on.
I mean, who doesn't want 24-hour garlic naan?
Yeah, 3 a.m. You got the munchies. Go get some garlic naan from this place. I think Eirlin stares wistfully at this bakery for a moment, and then back at Jamie. Rules question: can I feed from a ghoul?
Yes.
And get me less hungry?
Yeah, you can mechanically feed from a ghoul.
Okay, cool. I think Eirlin gazes wistfully at this bakery and then looks back at Jamie, and then kind of like bites your lower lip a little bit at Jamie, and then says, "Actually, I am a little bit hungry. Do you mind?"
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, it's they're like, do you want to? It's just kind of like, I don't think you do this very often, so they kind of just like, do you want to just take it from the vein, or I can get a
Eirlin shuts the curtain so that if anyone walks in, they don't just walk in and see this. And sits down at their dining table and just has Jamie sit across from me, and Eirlin will bite the forearm from the vein.
Yeah. How much are you gonna take?
I think just one.
Just take the edge off.
Yeah. I was at 3.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah. No, just normal things. And then after I gently lick the wound closed and wipe my chin and look back up at Jamie, and Z just sighs and says, "Thanks."
They nod and they're like, I think I've got juice. And I think there are cookies in the cabinet.
Yes. We stocked that for you, given that I can't eat it anymore.
And they kind of like go off, and they're like a little, they're a little lightheaded. They're not like in danger of anything. Just, you know, like they gave a pint of blood.
Yeah. Thanks for the. And I think Eirlin is sitting on their couch, cuddling with cheese. And I think at some point those texts come in that happened earlier. But I think Eirlin's just gonna just planning on taking it easy today. Relaxing. Maybe I turn something on the TV. What does Eirlin watch? Eirlin probably watches something ridiculous. I don't know. What does Eirlin watch on TV? The Bachelor. Probably like ridiculous premise dating shows. What's the one, like 90 Day Fiance or whatever, where like you either have to get married at the end or you stop dating them.
90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, I think it's probably somewhere in the middle of this that Faline arrives.
You arrive?
And knock, because I'm not gonna let myself into your place.
Eirlin heaves himself off the couch and goes to open the door and is about to launch into the welcome to Midnight Star, blah blah blah, and then sees it's you and then says, "Oh, hi, how are you?
Hi.
Come on in."
Thank you. I come in, take my shoes off, and go. So I'm just here to make sure that you're gonna show Is that a harness?
And Eirlin kind of like sticks their thumbs through the two straps and says, "Yes, it is."
Oh.
And then like looks a bit disappointed. It doesn't like snap like suspenders would.
Well, I like it. Well, I like it. I think Sylvie's gonna love it.
Yeah, cause she likes harnesses, or
I'm not sure, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I just think you look good.
Oh, thanks. So you're coming to make sure I show up to the club? Wait, you thought I was gonna dip out, or?
I wasn't sure if you were gonna show up at all, and if you needed like encouragement or help picking something.
I don't have clubbing clothes. I did Google clubbing clothes, and none of that is anything of what I would wear.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because I think like the way I could get my outfit up to par would be like mesh shirt and harness.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have
that.
that.
Do it.
I don't have that.
That's fine. I'm very surprised you have a harness in general. I thought we were gonna have to make something with belts. But this is great too.
Yeah, I just dug this out of the back of my closet. Yeah, I don't wear it that often. No reason to. Anyway, what else are you doing here?
Well, I was mostly here to check in on everybody, to see how they're doing after last night. Now I also want to go to the club with Sylvie. Haven't been clubbing in a while. And now I'm here with you, and I need a ride.
Oh, so now you want to ride in my car?
Yes.
That's nice.
Listen, at least you know how your sire is primogen?
Yeah.
So is mine. But I've been here a lot longer, doing this a lot longer. So not to be incredibly rude, even though it is, but I do need to keep his image up.
What does this have to do with cars?
Your car is not a part of his image.
Why?
Because he's fucking rich.
Ah. Yeah, I do kind of have like the bumper sticker Steve vibe going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love the bumper stickers, by the way. I think this car is very uniquely you. And
I love
do like
Nessie.
it. Exactly.
If someone doesn't like Nessie, they're not my friend.
Oh God, there's a lot of people in this town are not going to be your friends. Which, you know what? Fuck 'em.
I mean, Brown is here. I went there for like not very long, but I did go there. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, while you're here, I did actually have to ask you a question.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
You mentioned that you might be able to help me do some... Eirlin, like, wiggles your fingers. Some blood magic on my cat. And I point down to cheese in my lap.
Is it like... belly up?
I'm rubbing Cheese's belly.
Can I also rub... Will cheese allow me to rub their belly?
You've got dots at Animal Can.
I do.
Yeah, I mean...
Do I gotta roll it?
No, you have dots.
I rub very nicely and go, yeah, I can help you with that.
How does that work? And is this something we can do before clubbing or?
Oh yeah, of course. No, it's totally doable. Just if you do feel like hungry afterwards, then I would recommend you eat something.
I took a sip from Jamie, and I point at Jamie over in the kitchen.
Hi,
Jamie's
Jamie.
Probably orange juice box and
Yeah.
cookies.
Hi, Jamie.
Got a-
I'm Faline.
reading a book.
I don't
Like-
think we've met. You know, I'm just gonna be nice. And just go. Yeah. So it's really, really simple. And then afterwards, you just gotta make sure that you keep it up. With
keep what up?
You know what? Yeah, I'll just explain the whole thing first. So all you really gotta do is
I paused the dating show.
all you really gotta do is drink some of my blood. That way you will have what you need. And then you need to give Cheese some of your blood. And you need to make sure you give Cheese your blood. I like to give Etienne my blood every other day, and Etienne like just pokes the head out of the hair, you know, like I've been here. Yeah, he's just trying to stay warm. I like to give Etienne my blood every other day, just so that way I'm not like, you know, I don't like accidentally like keep harming myself or whatever. You don't need to give them a lot of blood, but you just need to keep it up, and that way Cheese would be effectively immortal.
Mechanically, you need to give them blood once a month.
Hey, Cheese.
Once a month. I thought it was way more frequent. Never mind.
Do you want to be immortal? And Eirlin's like rubbing Cheese's belly. Do you
Yeah.
want to be an immortal boy?
Yeah, you would.
Scritchy.
Yeah, just once a month, and then you'd basically just, you know what? It saves you on vet bills.
So
They
true.
Yeah, they won't contract nothing. They'll be fine. They'll be fit. They'll be healthy as long as you keep it up.
Fuck. You know what? That's actually like, if for nothing else, not having vet bills is actually really, really good.
You still need to make sure they eat though, so you still got to put money towards food, but that's still so much cheaper. And of course, general animal upkeep. So their nails are still gonna grow, their fur, their coat's still gonna, do all of those things. So you got to keep that up, but you don't got to worry about them getting sick. And as long as a car doesn't come in, you're completely fine.
A car? Oh.
Yeah. You can still get hurt that way and probably die. But I don't want to bring that kind of vibes in here. We don't claim that.
Well, so mechanically, I'm going to need rouse checks from both of you.
I want to add one more thing to it though.
Okay.
If you're okay with it, do you mind if I have some of your blood?
Like the same as Cheese?
Sort of. I wouldn't need much, and obviously we're gonna drop dice. We're gonna put it on in a cup, so that way we don't bond or anything like that. But yeah.
Is that important to this ritual?
No, but it's important to me. So
why?
Yeah. Well, normally I just drink vampire blood on a regular basis, but also this is gonna sound strange. It helps me get to know you better in a different way. Also, when you drink my blood, you will have more access to understand me better, and I just feel weird if it's one way.
So a blood for blood kind of situation.
Yeah, like if we're trading, literally the exact same amount of blood. I get a little sippy sip, you get a little sippy sip, and then you can do what I tell you to help Cheese. And then you don't actually have to worry about much forever.
What do you need my blood for? Besides getting to know me. I mean, you could also ask me any question you want.
The feeling's not the same.
Well, yeah, of course. The blood's magic or something. I don't know.
That's literally it.
Oh, well. The blood's magic. Cool.
Yeah.
Sick. Wicked. So how do we start?
Do you have cups? Shot glasses?
Yes. And Eirlin goes to their cabinet, which is full of hand-thrown pottery things, and pulls out a single shot glass that she made. And it's actually like a pinch pot shot glass. And it's been
so
like two-toned. It's like two-tone glaze. So there's like the raw clay on the bottom half, and the top half is conveniently red. Sure. It's conveniently red on the top half.
This is so cute. Eirlin, did you make these?
I did.
So creative.
Eirlin tucks some of your mullet hair behind your ear. I am a ceramicist. Yeah.
That's so nice.
Thanks. I made all this. And
all of it?
Just gestures to, yeah. Sometimes I just fall in love with my stuff and I don't want to sell it.
Do you take commissions?
I do.
I'm gonna hit
Why
you
do
up
you
later.
ask?
Because maybe I want to make my dad. Maybe I want something for my dad.
Oh, your dad lives here?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yes, I do have a shot glass and I hold it out for you.
Okay. And then we're gonna do the thing. Faline's gonna put like some fur blood in it, and then
1 rouse check's worth.
yeah, 1 rouse check. So
Also, I have a question. You were both at blood potency 2, correct?
yes.
So, fun fact: when you drink this blood, you will heal. You will recover 2 hunger.
Oh yeah, let's fucking go.
I roll 2, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yippee-ki-yay. Yay! I don't get hungrier.
I don't get hungry either. Let's go.
So now I'm down to 1.
Yep.
I'm also down to 1. That's awesome.
Yep.
High five!
I tell you to wait a bit before just drinking mine, so that way I'll actually explain it because I don't know if you know in character. And
Eirlin likely doesn't know anything.
and then Faline just taking the initiative just in case we'll go. So we're gonna wait a bit before we drink. And
Okay.
That's because when you drink like straight from the vitae, you might form something called a blood bond.
Oh, yes.
And that is, do you know what that is?
Vampire dominance.
Something like that, yeah. So
we'll just sit here and stare at them for like
for like
bit.
like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay,
5
cool.
minutes.
Yeah, like it's that way, it's a little less fresh, but we don't influence each other,
And Eirlin puts your head down on the table and just stares at the shot glass. So so it's not gonna like coagulate or anything, is it? Because that's kind of gross.
No,
that's just a bad texture,
Yeah, no, not really. No.
Is that magic?
Maybe. I think so. I like to think of it that way. But
I
it's
pick it
just,
up and look
if,
at it.
If somebody ever, if you ever drink from someone, or you make someone else drink your blood, or whatever, and you don't keep it out like this for a bit, you might bond with them, and that just means you are more. You're more susceptible to their influence. It's sort of like it's like like we're friends, so you might want to do me favors because we're friends, right? It's like me forcing you to want to do me favors. Yeah,
I see.
And we don't
Is it
want
ready
that.
yet?
Has it been 5 minutes?
Sure.
Yep.
Sick. And Eirlin will drink it.
Fucking down it.
Because Eirlin was still hungry. I don't think Eirlin does it like a shot. I think Eirlin sips it, but sips it very quickly.
Like espresso.
Yeah. Exactly.
To get
I have
into
like a
the-
pinky up.
To get into the clubbing mood, Faline downs it like a shot.
Whoa! You drank that so fast.
Yeah, I did. And then I'm gonna feel feelings.
Yeah. What do you feel?
I feel very floaty. I
Mhm.
feel like I'm underwater, where you can hear things, but they're not quite.
Like echoey, yeah.
It's echoey, it's
Just
muffled.
like my dreams.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm understanding things, but I'm maybe not processing them as fast. And I think it makes me feel really safe for a bit. Yeah.
What do I feel from your blood?
Is that how you like, do you taste, like, when Eirlin drinks, do you like taste the feelings as well, or do you taste flavors or whatever?
I think I taste the flavor, because I think like blood just tastes good to me. However, I think when Eirlin drinks blood, I think usually from human tarot patrons, Z gets more insight into Zir, or into their clients' like auras or whatnot, like what they're feeling, more intense sort of readings that way. Which is why these people are like, oh my god, like you really saw deep inside me or whatever. Like your reading was so accurate. And everyone's like, yeah. And so I think I'm able to get some of your like feelings about like what you're desiring, or some like a goal, or hopes, dreams, aspirations, or like immediate thoughts, moods, feelings. What do I glean from you as I sip your blood, like a little espresso shot?
I think then you would feel so much anger that you don't know what to do with it. You're like, it's like you've shaken a carbonated drink, but you're keeping you like open the lid a little bit so it can fuzz and it wants to pop. You feel like, honest to God, I think you feel like this cold carnage, and you don't know where to put it, but you can't like let it out. And then very, 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 very deep down, buried somewhere, there is a warm little light, and it feels really nice. But it's like you're in the eye of the storm. It is just like, it's like a moment of peace, and that's it. In terms of immediate desires and stuff, I think it's you can tell this is like oh no, I think you're chill right now, but like if we had to have a therapy session, you wouldn't be chill at all now, would you, huh? You know.
So this is exactly how it goes. Eirlin takes a sip, and then I think you watch as Eirlin's face like almost scrunches up, not in disgust, but in like, whoa, like that's strong kind of feeling. And then it does like the whole like, damn. And Eirlin just kind of looks at you across the table, putting my shot glass down on the table, and Eirlin's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I picked up some bit of anger.
Oh. Am I okay? Wait, you're asking me, are you okay? What's happening?
Oh, when I tasted your blood, I sort of pick up on like feelings and stuff from the person whose blood I'm drinking. Normally it's my clients, and it helps me do better readings for them. I've never tasted a vampire's blood before, so that's new. And are you okay?
I'm well.
You're well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
What I taste like?
You angry.
I didn't know it was that surface level. Okay, I'll fix that. Thank you. You tasted pretty nice, not gonna lie.
Oh. Like sweet or like
my shoulders feel less tense. You know?
have
you ever been like
kind of?
Yeah. It felt like being. Have you ever been in like one of those like wave pools or like lazy rivers?
Well, a wave pool and a lazy river are two very different things. But I have been in both.
Okay, I felt both, if that makes sense, and I kind of liked it. Yeah, it's weird. A definite like water, but
water country, water country. Have some fun. Sorry, that's a jingle.
But yeah, just that was nice.
Two very different experiences.
Yeah, look at that. We're learning today. Anyways, you're gonna want to give Cheese some of your blood, about that much, about the shot glass worth.
How do you recommend I get the blood out of me? Do I bite myself or?
You can just take a knife and.
Oh well, that's a bit much, isn't it?
It is, but I mean that's what I do. You can also you gotta get the blood out somehow. You could bite yourself, but I don't know if you have any hookups about that.
How about if I prick a finger and then like squeeze it into a thing?
Can you get out a shot glass's worth of blood from your fingertips?
I don't know. And I prick myself on my fang. Does this work, GM?
Theoretically, yes.
I think I just have to sit here for a while.
Yeah. Squeeze your hands every now and then.
Yeah, I think there's this very comedic sequence where we sit here for literally like 5 minutes IRL time, and Eirlin's just like, "All right, it's coming. Any second now."
Well, yeah.
Any second now.
So and then you just with Etienne, I just mix it into the water bowl, and that's enough. You can do the same. If Cheese eats some liquids like yogurt and stuff, you can do the same thing.
And I re-bite my finger again.
Yep. Give me a rouse check.
Fingers.
Okay. Yay! Another success.
And then after 5 minutes, you have 1 rouse check's worth of blood.
And I think like every 30 seconds I'm showing it to you and I'm like, is this enough? No? Okay. Keep squeezing my finger. Is this enough? No? Okay.
Nope, you gotta top the shot glass.
The shot
glass
is a lot of blood.
It is a lot of blood, but it's good for a month. So make sure you mark down on a calendar as well.
Wonder if I can just draw blood with an IV or something. That might be a bit easier.
I mean, maybe that could work too. But yeah, make sure you mark down.
No.
Almost. Just make sure, like I said, make sure you mark it down. Don't forget, it's a month, and I'm not saying 30 days, 31 days. No, I mean month. So February is gonna fuck you.
Wait, why?
Because February is the shortest month, and then 28 days, 29 days, depending on when. It'll just be a little messy if you do it on the 28th.
So the magic is aware of the arbitrary length of months assigned by humans.
Technically, it's every full moon, but
yes, I just say yes.
Yes.
Interesting. And Eirlin files that away. Like, how is the magic aware of the fact that one Roman emperor guy decided to name a couple months after himself and then fucked over our calendar? That's why October is not the 8th month of the here. Like Eirlin's going through this whole thought process in her head right now.
I let you go through that so I can text Sylvie that I'm with Eirlin and we will show up then like soon.
Okay. And I, after I finally get a full shot glass worth of my blood, I lick my finger to close that little puncture wound, and I kind of like whiff it around Cheese's nose, and I say, delicious, delicious blood. And I put it on the table, and I gently pick Cheese up, and I put Cheese on the couch. He's probably a bit sad that I forced him off my lap, and I go to walk towards his food bowl, and I think Cheese immediately follows me because he thinks he's gonna get food, which I do. I think I do feed him because I didn't feed him tonight yet. And I dump it into the water, and I start scooping some wet food into his bowl.
Yeah, you do that. He gets food. He gets water. He drinks the blood. So now Cheese counts as fabulous.
And what does that give me, lovely GM, for our audience?
That gives you, at this moment, it's like they're a 1-dot ghoul. If you feed them a few more times, they'll get more powerful. But right now, they get bonuses to their stats. Eventually, you'll get them to a point where you can give Cheese a discipline.
Cheese becomes the tarot reader.
You can give Cheese awesome.
Can we get on the Ellen show for a cat that can read tarot?
Legit, Etienne has can secrete the metal, the metal melting venom. Like it's great.
You can also give Cheese obfuscate, and then Cheese would just vanish.
Ghost cat.
Interesting. Maybe that was the ghost cat that was in my room. You know, maybe that was Cheese from the future. Can cats time travel? And Eirlin, after all of this, Eirlin is trying to stall going to the club. I don't think Eirlin's very good at trying to stall you, Faline, but Eirlin's trying to stall. And I think Eirlin, after like doing this, sits back down and is like, "Hey, you wanna finish this episode? I'm watching a really silly show. The concept is really ridiculous." And I start explaining Love is Blind to you.
I let you explain it to me. But while you're distracted explaining it to me, I'm getting you ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was it though?
You're like talking. I'm gonna pull you up.
And I'm still talking.
And you're still talking. And I'm asking questions, by the way. I'm asking questions.
You're so engaged.
You're
so engaged.
Yeah. I even go and fix your hat a little bit, you know, like because maybe it's a little tilted up, and be like, oh, 1 second. There you go. And then I will take you over to where the shoes are, and I will pick out. Yeah, you're still talking, and I'm picking out your shoes for you. I'm like holding it up to see what looks best with you. And then I just realized you with your outfit,
I have like
honestly,
3 different pairs of Doc Martens. I've got the
I
black
was gonna
Doc
say,
Martens.
there's fucking Doc Martens, isn't it?
It's the black Doc Martens, the dark red Doc Martens, and the I don't even know if these exist, but like green. Actually, no, like green, yellow ochre, I think, but they're shiny. Definitely. But they're shiny. The other 2 are like matte or like the normal leather, but these are like the shiny, plasticky looking ones. And they're all like very well worn in. Like Eirlin's, I think all of Eirlin's clothing and shoes look very like lived in. And I think I also own like men's dress shoes, which you don't wear to a club.
No. I'm gonna put you in the red Doc Martens.
Okay.
Just for that splash of color that you usually have, and it's cute. I make you wear it. I just like lead you into it, and then I think my autism is distracted. And it's like
dumping about Love is Blind.
Exactly, and it's like you're wearing shoes, right? So you know how to wear shoes, so you automatically do it.
Yeah, I bend down to like start putting my shoes on, and then I think like at some point I pause. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, we can go.
I got you.
And as we're walking to the car, Eirlin's like, "So did you even care about that show, or like?"
No, I
you
did.
just-
I'm gonna watch it at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to watch it with me?
Are you okay with watching it with me? Because I would start from the first season.
That's fine. You as long as you promise to not care if I quote it.
I don't,
because I kind of have this thing where I kind of remember everything, and there's some really funny quotes.
I don't mind.
Okay, then deal. And Eirlin does a really bad wink, and then gets in the car.
Quick question for Nora: you're not heading clubbing, are you?
I was not planning to head clubbing, no.
Good to know. So, Sylvie, I imagine you arrive at the club before everyone else, because you do need to hunt.
I do. I invited you all to be nice. I don't give a shit if you show up or not.
You don't care about me.
I care about you deeply. I'm also very hungry.
Yes, go solve that.
Yep. Give me we'll do your hunting roll. So charisma plus persuasion. You can add in your seduction. And you're beautiful. And if you want,
have seduction? Oh, I do have seduction.
You do have seduction. And then if you wanted to activate your presence, your awe, that is another extra 1 day. So that is 3 dice on top of what you have.
Okay, so
that would be 9 dice total.
Yeah, so persuasion, charisma, and then 3 more. Yes?
Yep.
Cool. That is 3 successes.
3
with
successes.
A possible bestial failure.
3 successes is what you needed to get.
Cool.
Because you been to this club before, and you have permission to hunt here.
I do.
You do find someone to take and feed from, and as you feed, I will need a willpower check. 3 to not drain them.
Okay. Wait. Oh, that is 0 successes.
So some good news and some bad news.
Yeah.
Good news is you're at hunger 0.
Incredible. Love to see
Bad
it.
news is you've got a dead body. You're in this alcove in the club, where they've got some curtains so people, can have some fun. And you pull back and you realize you've taken too much as this body just sort of slumps to the floor.
What? That's embarrassing. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Fantastic. Who can I call?
You will also take a stain on your humanity for killing a person.
That's fair. I'm down to humanity 5. I think that's all.
No, you should still be at humanity. You don't lose humanity.
It goes that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes buttons are so hard, y'all. Okay.
Yeah, you're still at humanity 7. You just got 1 stain. It's fine.
Okay.
You're at the Echo, so you could talk to your friends. You could wait for the rest of your coterie to arrive.
I don't know if they're gonna actually come. I feel like if they were here, they would have been here already. I think is my thought process.
Yeah.
So, and I just can't let this body sit here for too long. So I do think I am going to go talk to some of my new friends because they're nice. They'll help me out. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, do you know that they are you have their numbers? Do you risk heading up to the VIP area in the chance that somebody may enter the alcove and find the body, or do you give one of them a call?
I'm gonna give Cameron a call. Cameron is also a Toreador, so clan to clan, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you give Cameron a call. Is it just it's just a quick like wait, come find me here.
I'm like, hey, can you come find me in the back? Can you come find me in the back?
And they're like, yeah. And
Yeah.
they
Like
you know,
quickly.
yep. So they you can kind of just like stick your hand out, you wave them down, and they enter, and there's the body, there's you, and Cameron like looks between you, looks between the body, and just went, shit.
Rough week.
Look, we've all been there. I understand.
We've all been there. We should normalize accidentally just draining a person.
It happens. It happens to us all once.
It happens to us all.
And several times. Luckily we have people too. We've got people on the payroll.
Wow.
And kind of like leans out and like grabs like one of the bouncers and just like she says something quiet to him, and he nods, and he'll pick up the body and kind of like sort of shove over the shoulder. It just like it looks like he's just drunk, passed out. And it's like, no, we'll deal with this. And heads off, and we're just like, I mean, come on up,
Sure, yeah, totally, yeah. That's, if you're cool, I'm cool.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. And then like as you both are exiting this like little alcove, you watch as Faline and Eirlin walk in.
Hey.
Hi. Come in. These are my friends, and I'm gonna like link arms with her, and just. I don't think I know you know them. I don't think I'm aware.
I haven't met them before.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, that was like me above table. But yeah, and just so this is Eirlin and Faline, and y'all, this is Cameron.
Hi, Cameron.
You've met my other coterie mates.
Who?
Yes.
Dakota and Silas.
Yeah.
Come on, take you up to the VIP area.
Thank you.
And the Echo itself looks to be this old Art Deco building. It's like 3 stories that has been converted into the club. It's still got kind of all of that like older architecture with the like the railings and stuff. So you're led up like the several flights of stairs up to the top level, which is the VIP area. And like from there you can like look down on the entire club. The VIP area has like, celebrities and things like that, people of importance. You see the other members of the Echo Chamber. You see Dakota and Silas, around a table with actually the entire band of December Sympathy, just sort of kind of partying. There is what appears to be drinks that everyone has, and everyone seems to be having a wonderful time. And
how loud is it in here?
It is less loud up in the VIP area. The VIP area is it's at a level where you can still kind of hear and feel the music, but you can have full conversations with people.
Cool. I think Eirlin's still wearing like earbuds or like earplugs to reduce the amount of sound in the space. So there's like seating here. It's not just like a dance floor, or like what's the vibes?
Oh, there's seating here. There's like areas of the VIP where you can dance. But a lot of places there's a lot of seating. There's people just sort of hanging out.
How's the music?
It's pretty basic club music at this moment.
Okay.
There's no live band or DJ performing tonight.
Eirlin looks to Sylvie to see what she's doing, because Eirlin has never been to one of these, and so Eirlin's going to observe and see what to do.
Because we're sitting in like the VIP section, so I think Sylvie's gonna find a seat, kind of like sit back, grab a drink, and honestly probably just kind of start like shooting this shit, talking to people.
And the liquid that's in these glasses is blood.
Beautiful. I do think I grab the drink. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have just come up here. Oh, that would have been way less messy. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I have, like I said, hard week, rough week. There was the whole, there was Elysium, and then it's just been so much. So,
how are you feeling after yesterday?
I woke up not feeling great, and now I am choosing to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Not, yeah. It's about mindset. I also killed somebody, but it's not a big deal. It's fine. It's fine. We all do it. It's
you
fine.
what?
Nothing.
Do you need help cleaning it up?
No, that's what Cameron's the best. Cameron already helped me.
Well, thank you, Cameron.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Oh. I feel like I have just become privy to some information that maybe I shouldn't know. That you just murdered somebody.
You're saying murdered like it's a bad thing, and I'm feeling really judged.
I don't mean to judge you, but murder is objectively bad.
Sometimes, Eirlin, we will get so hungry that it is a bit difficult to control ourselves.
No.
I'm just saying if some of us are allowed to kill people, I think we should let me have this one freebie.
Who's allowed to kill people? Am I allowed to kill? I mean, I don't want to kill anyone, but am I allowed to kill people?
My eyes just dart over to Faline, but I don't actually say anything.
I follow your gaze.
You see here, Sylvie, I was defending you. And then I was also going to say next time let me know, because I have a pretty eco-friendly way to recycle a body very fast.
I will remember that for next time.
Yes, you will.
Utsa. Wow, this music. Utsa. Wow, yeah. And Eirlin is just like wiggling in the chair.
Incredible.
It is about this time that you see the other members of the echo chamber look over as a stranger comes into frame. But we'll figure out who that stranger is next time.
I cannot understate how much negative charisma this dancing is.
I love it, though. I love you.
Just quickly before we do our outros, Liv, will you click that lovely humanity? Let's see how this weighs on you.
Yeah.
Do you feel guilty for your actions?
Let's see.
You do! You feel guilty for your actions.
Did I shame you into it?
Potentially.
You
Potentially.
don't lose any humanity.
Woo!
Eirlin just did the equivalent of la 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 la, I can hear you. You're admitting to crimes. La 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 la.
I mean, would Sylvie be throwing Millie in Faline's face if she didn't feel bad? You ask, you tell me.
Yep.
I wasn't there.
But now let's go around and tell our lovely viewers where they can find you if they enjoy what you do. So yeah, we'll start with Aki. Tell us all the things.
Hello, I'm Aki, and I've been Faline. You can find me all over the internet at some variation of Akinomi_art, where I do too many fucking things. Most Wednesdays, you can find me over at the Mandy's channel, where I am playing Wednesdays 8 p.m. Eastern, where I am playing a Bunny Bard Necromancer. Otherwise, over here on G&G, we got a whole bunch of stuff coming out for you. Tons of new stuff for 2024.
Woo.
I am pretty sure Hunters Philadelphia is still going on. So over at Dax's channel, I am playing someone who is 100% totally so human. The humanest humans could ever human. Yeah.
Wow.
I've got many podcasts. One of them being An Unwavering Force. That one also has Alyssa in it, so you can go check, and Dusty. So you can go check that shit out. And Nameless Domain. I'm doing tons of stuff on Nameless Domain. Right now I should be playing a fox demigod, and then later maybe I'm doing something else that's vampire related. Who knows? I don't know when this is coming out. So yeah, that's me.
Oh, I am next. Yeah, hi y'all. I have been Alyssa playing Nora. You can find me online at A Disaster Queer on various Goblets and Gaze products, streams, podcasts, whatever. I am also in the Wednesday game of Mistlost at the Mandy's channel, where I play a super normal and reasonable druid, who is not the villain.
That seems fake.
Extremely protagonist coded, not villainous at all. Yeah, and also on An Unwavering Force, the Star Wars / Pathfinder 2e podcast GM'd by Dusty, and that is me.
Dusty's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty GM's that Star Wars thing and other things. Alyssa, you know more of what Dusty does. Can you shout out Dusty?
Yeah, you can find Dusty online at Dust, the letter E, Hill. They GM An Unwavering Force and other Goblets and Gaze mystery products, ? And are also in other Goblets and Gaze podcast projects. And I think that's how they're doing right now. Yeah, yay! Go follow Dusty.
Hell yeah, please do that. And I'm Jay, or Nala. My pronouns are they, them. And I'm online at Nalawu and at Naladraws everywhere else. Nalawu on Twitter, I forgot to say that. And Naladraws everywhere else, including TikTok, where I have been posting TikToks for Eirlin. So if you want to see that bonus content from me, go check that out there. I have no idea when this will be airing, so I have no idea what else I will be doing or will be up to. So you should just follow my Twitter, or at least look at it, because that is where I talk about the stuff that I'm doing. Because right now, as of recording this, I have a lot of APs in the works, so I don't know when anything's going to be announced, but there's stuff coming. And yeah. I have been Eirlin Shu, the most awkward person ever. And I'm gonna pass to Liv. Ootsa.
Hello, everyone. I am Liv. I use she, they pronouns. I've been playing Sylvie Lewis. I feel like it's been a minute since I've dropped her last name. Sylvie Lewis, y'all, who uses she, her pronouns. You can find me promoting my projects on social media, Twitter mainly. I don't do anything else there, though. Just come, use it for show updates, and don't touch it. Don't touch it any other way. Or for anything else. But yeah, I am also doing a whole bunch of APs and have a bunch of stuff in the works right now. But what I will say is that at this point, you'll probably be able to watch the VODs for Total Party Chill's new season, which is our Magical Girl, Magical Pal community college combination that takes place in Oakland, California. You can also watch Strix U. You should watch Strix U because we just released something over on the Strix U Twitter. I don't know, maybe something's coming down the pipeline. I don't know. But the biggest thing that just got released is Our Lives After, which is a Fabula Ultima AP, which is going to be a lot of fun. We just had our, like in real lifetime, we just had our premiere. But that VOD is out there, and you should go check it out, please, because it's very, very good. Y'all, we have an animated opening, okay? Come on, go take a peek. Go check it out. Awesome.
It's really cool. I've seen it. It's like fully animated, y'all.
Do you want to know a secret?
Go look at it.
Do you want to know a secret?
What's the secret?
That's the rough draft. That's not the finished version.
What?
Oh.
So yeah, go check it out, please and thank you.
Yes. And I will wrap things up. I am Aubrey. I've been your storyteller. You find me everywhere on the internet at the Mad Queen or Mad Queen Cosplay, depending on the site you're on. Yeah, all the G&G stuff. Tyrant of the Dark Star will be out. If it's not already out now, it'll be out soon. And if not, go listen to. You should still listen to Mother May I because that's fantastic. But yeah, that and many other cool G&G products that will be announced at some point. Some have been, some are not. Just all of that. And you can find me over at Queen's Court as the Queen's Court Games. I am the technical director over there. So if you hear music on a thing, I probably had some hand in it somewhere. And it's got other fun things. There should be a Delta Green game that I'm in that's coming out at some point. Play the strangest little hacker in the world in that game. I do not want to be here, and yet I am here fighting the Eldritch Beings. Yay! And you can also find me over on Hallowed Haven Studios. I believe around this time, City of Smoke, the vampire game I'm in, is wrapping up our final episode of the first season. And believe right after that, Wayfarer, the Hunter the Reckoning game that I'm in, is coming back for season 3. So we'll figure out whatever happened at the end of last season. We sent Loki back to his dimension and then almost died by werewolves. So yeah, it's something. You can also find me over on Escaping Carcosa as Ryan, just the film nerd that's been stuck in a video game, and many other places. You can find all of them on my Twitter and or Blue Sky or any other site. So yes, we'll be back next week with a fun special guest. I cannot wait to reveal who they are playing. And so yeah, we'll say goodnight, and we'll see you all next week.